What's up, y'all? Today I want to talk about how people view solo queue and how we can view it better and some of the problems I see with how people view solo queue. So first, I want to just take you guys through a little bit of a thought experiment, a little bit of what a normal day of solo queue looks like for a lot of us. So, first thing, we queue up, we get into a lobby. This is us, we're this jungle player. And, we get 9 different people. We get, a bunch of different champions, whatever. And this is our first game. And then we play it out. We have fun, whatever. We're like, okay, let's queue up again. We go for the next game. This is us. This is the game right after. We have 9 different people again. Nobody is the same. We have 8 different champions. All of the champions are different except the one we're playing in this NAR, right? So the team comp's completely different. Okay, well, we queue up again and we get 9 different people again. The biggest thing I want you guys to notice is all of your teammates are different. For the vast majority of us in most of the ELOs, when you queue up, you're getting completely unique teammates every single game. Well, what does that mean? The first question I want to ask is if your teammates are completely different and the only common denominator every single one of these games, of the 10 people in the games, you are the only common factor, the only common denominator, then is solo queue really a team game? I don't think it is. And I think viewing it as a team game causes a lot of bad narratives. It causes people to have these expectations about their teammates that when they underperform, they get flamed for. And then people are FFing. It causes people to get really irrationally upset at each other because we're supposed to be teammates. We're supposed to be working together. And it's like, yes, but you guys have to work under the presumption that you will never meet each other again and that you have never played together. So you guys don't share any of the same information. You guys are all individuals coming together, matched up together to try to accomplish a goal. Your teammates are all different. You do not have time to kind of build teamwork with them. Teamwork does not have a lot of space. Teamwork doesn't have any space in solo queue, right? You don't get to create these really cool duo combinations and these really cool team comps. That's why drafting is not a skill that is relevant in solo queue, because this is something that's completely reliant on teamwork, right? This is why when we talk about improving, we focus on lane phase rather than like late game, because lane phase is more individual and it's what you can take more responsibility for, right? So the thing that I'm trying to get at is people often view League and their teammates as if this is a teamwork based game. Well, imagine how unreliable the matchmaking would be if that was really true. It would be what kind of random strangers work better together. Now, that is a very small part of it, but it's a very small part of it. 90%, 95% of the game is the individual players. The team who has the better individual players on average wins more. So if you want to improve, what do we work on? Do we work on the 95% of what the game comes down to, that individual skill? Or do we work on the teamwork and do we spend resources flaming our teammates and complaining that we got bad teammates this game? That doesn't make any sense, right? Because the game doesn't work like that. The game, solo queue, is about your solo individual performance. I view it as like the gym. It's where you go and you lift your own weights and you work on your own body. Now, playing Clash or playing with your friends, that would be like going out and playing a sport. You get to show off your cool body that you worked on by yourself, but you gotta work on your body by yourself. And that's what solo queue is. Now, when you go play Clash or you play normals or you play flex queue or you're in a for fun league, that's when the teamwork skills come in. That's where you draft. That's where you work more on team play. That's where you focus more on team fights and skirmishing. And then you have a little bit less emphasis on this lane phase. You have a little bit less emphasis on the individual stuff, but you still got to get the individual stuff down. And that's what solo queue is all about. That's how we got to view solo queue, as our individual kind of practice gym. So I found it really helpful with this thought process to actually view our teammates as, yes, they are humans, but they're humans that we're not trying to teamwork with, right? These are also individuals. And these individuals, I view them as puzzle pieces, right? You're going to get different puzzle pieces every single game. And it's your individual job to figure out the solution for every puzzle you're given. Your puzzle pieces compared to their puzzle pieces. Now, our job is to kind of, take account for who's playing well. Now, this thought process is really valuable because when you have an inting top laner, it's like, okay, look, his puzzle piece just sucks. Are you going to get mad at the puzzle piece? No, that doesn't make sense. The way you do it is you don't use that puzzle piece. We're not going to play around topside. We're going to play around our much better fitting puzzle pieces down in the bot lane. This is like a really awful puzzle piece, but just imagine they fit well together, right? And these two puzzle pieces, those are the ones that we're going to go play around, right? We're not going to play around this one. It doesn't make sense to get angry at this puzzle piece. It doesn't make sense to flame him because we're never going to meet him again, right? It's just, he's a bad puzzle piece who's not going to fit into this puzzle for this situation, for this solution. So we're going to just disregard him and we're not going to put any mind to him, right? And the puzzle pieces that are going to be the solution, we're going to put all of our emphasis on them. As the jungler, we're going to roam to them. As the mid laner, we're going to play around them. As the support, we're going to make sure we're facilitating these puzzle pieces, right? And we're going to ignore what this guy says. We're going to ignore the calls he makes. We're going to ignore what he types in chat. We're going to mute him if he gets toxic because this puzzle piece is just dumb and bad, right? Or vice versa can be true. Now, some puzzles are also unsolvable. Some games, right? How the matchmaking system works, it says, okay, if you're silver 1, we're going to give you every single slot is going to get a random silver 1 puzzle piece. Random silver 1 puzzle piece. Well, what if this team all gets silver 1 puzzle pieces, plus or minus a division, right? This guy's gold 4, this guy's silver 2, whatever. But what if all these puzzle pieces they're like these weird abrasive pieces and nobody has a piece that they can fit with the other pieces? This team's not going to win, right? This puzzle doesn't have a really good solution because your pieces just don't fit, especially against the enemy pieces. This is what the whole 30-30-40 rule comes down to. And if you guys want to hear more about this thought process, look up the 30-30-40 rule on my channel. We talk about 30% of the puzzles on your team are unsolvable. 30% of the puzzles on the enemy team are solvable. 40% of the puzzles are relatively even, right? That means if your puzzle piece is better than the average silver 1 puzzle piece, your win rate should be 70%. And if it's not in any given kind of period, that means that your individual effort needs to be increased. So our solo queue, you can kind of view as your puzzle piece rating. If your puzzle piece, your individual skill is better than silver 1, you will climb. Because 30% roughly of the games are going to be gifted to you, 30% are going to be roughly taken from you, and 40% are going to come down to what you can do with your puzzle piece and the solution that you can find by putting these puzzle pieces together. Okay, so that's the biggest takeaway from this video. It's kind of a short and sweet one, but people often view solo queue wrong, and it's why people get tilted. It's why people get upset. They think that solo queue is a team game. They think that these teamwork skills matter a lot, but if you put emphasis on teamwork, when you never get to play with the same teammates ever, you're going to build the wrong habits, you're going to view solo queue incorrectly, and it's going to cause you to get tilted more easily. So view these guys as puzzle pieces that you're trying to find a solution for. Not every puzzle is solvable, but most are. That's a key fundamental to League solo queue. Let me know what you guys think about this thought process. This is something that I think is super positive and it's something that I try to put into a lot of my clients. Let me know if you guys disagree or thoughts you have, leave it in the comments. You guys made it to the end of a JS video, so type, "We made it to the end." I'll give you guys a heart. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Peace.